Mm-mm, mm-mm. Welcome everyone to the Capital Area School Development Association Virtual College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. My name is Chelsea and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, a few housekeeping items. Your camera and microphone are off so the panelists cannot see or hear you. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. This is one of many sessions happening, so be sure to check the schedule on the website. This presentation is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/CASDANY. I'd like to now turn it over to our first presenter, and that is American College Dublin.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Chelsea. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Sarah Healy, and I am the admissions representative from the American College Dublin, located in the heart of Dublin, Ireland. I am actually based right outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and I deal with a lot of the Northeast inquiries. So if you have any questions, you'll be contacting me directly, and I'm really excited to get to know you and answer any and all of your questions. So I'd like to start with this really beautiful picture because I think it gives a good representation of the city as a whole. As you can see, there's plenty going on, a lot of restaurants, stores, pubs, libraries, a lot of different places to explore. So as you can see, it has a busy, more metropolitan feel, but it also has that more like intimate community feel, like the buildings are a little bit smaller, cobblestone sidewalks. So it definitely still has that community feel. So it is a really good balance of a city. So it's not too overwhelming. And then if you bring your view to the back of the photo, you will be able to see St. Anne's Church. And that is where we hold our formal graduation ceremonies. So there's something for you all to look forward to a little further down the road. So we are an Irish American university, which means we uphold the standards of accrediting bodies from both Ireland and the US through the Quality and Qualifications Ireland and Middle States Commission on Higher Education. And this basically means two things for you as a student. One, that your degree carries a little bit further just because it's, accredited in both Ireland and the US. And also it kind of gives you an option as the student to see, the best way for you to learn. And if that's just taking courses under the degree you apply for, or if you want some like general electives. And what I mean when I say that is through the Irish accreditation, you'll do a 3-year undergrad track and you will just take courses under the degree that you applied for. So if you apply for international business, you won't be taking any creative writing courses. Whereas on the other hand, through the US accreditation, you would be taking all of your international business classes, but then you could take some history classes, some creative writing classes. So it just gives you an opportunity as a student to say, oh, do I just want to focus on one thing, or do I want, to pick and choose and take a little bit of everything? So we are a very small school, but because of this, we're able to offer lectures that are typically less than 20 students. And this arrangement really allows for an interactive experience within the classroom. There's a lot of discussion, debate, and of course, a little sprinkle of Irish wit. But it's definitely not just professors lecturing at you. They really encourage all of the students to do breakout groups and share opinions and perspectives. There's a lot of different media used in the classroom. So videos, songs, interviews, bringing in guest speakers, things like that. So it's a very interesting, lively, and vibrant classroom experience, which makes our students really excited to go to class every day. So Dublin is your campus. As I mentioned before, we are in the heart of the city. We're about a 30-second walk from the National Gallery Museum, which I have to say is my favorite museum I've ever been to. It's an extremely safe city. The people are very friendly. It is an English-speaking city. So, that language barrier not being there kind of, makes it a little less stressful. It is a very manageable city. So you can pretty much walk to everywhere. From our campus, it's like a 15-minute walk from the furthest point in the city. So it's a very manageable city. And we really want you to take advantage of Dublin. We want you to take what you're learning inside of the classroom and, in your articles and your conversations with your peers, and go out into the city and make those connections. So you really create this well-rounded education for yourself. So I briefly want to talk about our administration. It is also small by design. All of our offices operate under an open door policy, and our students are really encouraged to drop by and get to know the staff. We are small because we want, individualized attention for our students, and we want to be able to help with any problems you have so you can take full advantage of your time at the American College Dublin. And for that to happen, we need to know what you need so we can help you. So some of the programs we offer, we have that 3-year bachelor's, as I mentioned, in international business and liberal arts, and then a 4-year BA in international business, hospitality management, event management, and liberal arts, and then a 4-year BFA in musical theater, performance, and creative writing. So our admissions process and what it looks like, even though we are small, we do welcome applicants from every corner of the globe. And because of this, our requirements are aimed at gathering more of a holistic view of the applicant. We really want to get to know who you are. So we require a minimum 2.0 GPA, and then for any transfer or mature students, a resume, and the personal statement that describes why you would like to study your chosen area at ACD. So this is your opportunity to really paint a vibrant picture of yourself, and it's our time to get to know you, so we can make sure that not only are you a good fit for ACD, but we're a good fit for you. We have always been test optional, and we will continue to be so. So if you want to include your test scores, that's great. But if you don't, do not worry about it. It will not be counted against you. Here is our tuition. Our BFA is a bit more expensive just because you have classes in different spaces and you require different materials. And we do operate under a rolling admission. So what that means is as you apply, we will get you a decision within 2 weeks. So you can really apply as early as you want. And we like to say, give yourself at least a month and a half before classes start. That's kind of the latest we suggest. Our application page is right on our website, and I will drop that in the chat below. Again, my name is Sarah Healy. I am the admissions counselor from the American College Dublin. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It was great speaking with all of you.
Thank you so much. Okay, next up we have Ontario Tech University.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Chelsea. And hello, everyone, and thank you for watching. So my name is Karen Dancy, and I'm the Regional Market Development Manager with Ontario Tech University and your regional representative. So you are able to scan the QR code on the screen, and it will be on at the end of the presentation as well, to connect with me following tonight's presentation, or to find out more about our live and on-demand webinars, campus tours, and virtual open houses. So to get a little bit of information about Ontario Tech, so we are a public mid-sized Canadian university located in Oshawa, Ontario. We do have over 90 different programs across 7 diverse academic faculties, and we're a modern and innovative university that aims to prepare students to make a positive impact in a tech-focused world. When we opened our doors in 2002, we did have you in mind. So all of our programs are tailored to this current generation. Did you know that approximately 85% of the jobs that are going to exist past 2030 haven't even been invented yet? So we've created this university with that in mind, and that's why all of our programs are career-oriented. So now I did want to point out a few things about studying in Canada to start us off. So all of our degrees are accredited and accepted worldwide, including back in the United States, should you want to return for work or graduate studies. We're also an affordable option for very high quality education, with our tuition starting around $22,000 per year. You are also able to work as an international student in Canada while you study. I do want to mention that if you are a Canadian citizen, and that does include dual Canadian citizens, you would be eligible for our Canadian tuition rates. So now Ontario Tech does have 2 campuses located in Oshawa, which is about 45 minutes from Toronto and about 2 hours from the New York border. So we do have approximately 170,000 residents, and we are one of Canada's fastest growing economies and a hub for innovation, sports, and entertainment. Did you know that Oshawa has Canada's most successful junior hockey franchise? We're the Oshawa Generals. We are also located along the shores of Lake Ontario, so there's miles of waterfront trails to explore. Our reputation at Ontario Tech speaks for itself. Only just 20 years old, Ontario Tech has already made an international name for itself and is ranked the #1 undergraduate university in Ontario and houses the #1 library in Canada. Our business, computers and IT, and engineering programs also enjoy top rankings at the international level. Our students are also well supported, as Ontario Tech is in the top 3 undergraduate universities in Canada for total research dollars received. So now we do offer programs across 7 diverse faculties, which includes business, computer and technology, education, engineering, medicine and health, science, and social science and humanities. I don't have time to go through all of them today, but you can explore all of our programs, including each program's admission requirements and the previous year's admission cutoff average at ontariotechu.ca/programs. So now, as I mentioned before, all of our programs are relevant to today's job market, which ensures that you'll be prepared for your field post-graduation. It's demonstrated by every single one of our programs having experiential learning opportunities, and it's showcased through our graduates who are very successful with employment right after graduation. Whether you want to work right away or continue your education, you'll find a program and the experiences that you need right here at Ontario Tech. In a nutshell, we're a 21st century university designed for the 21st century workplace. So now we do team up with organizations, both local and abroad, to enhance your student experience and get you ready for your future. We offer a range of credentials and experiential learning opportunities, and we provide learner-centered educational options. But don't just take my word for it. Check out some of our stats. Did you know that we're the #1 university in Ontario for medical science grants and one of the only Canadian universities with medical school pathways? We also offer over 5,000 women in STEM scholarships and have some of the highest ranked engineering programs in Canada. Whether you study abroad, participate in a local internship, or join a campus club, as an Ontario Tech student, you are equipped with the opportunities to build your resume and connect in the field in which you want to work in. So now that you know more about what we offer, let's talk about how you can become an Ontario Tech Ridgeback. So our admissions process is a little bit different than in the US. So first off, we will never require the SAT or the ACT. We also do not require references or personal essays for most undergraduate programs. These are typically only required if you decide to apply to select optional scholarships. Undergraduate admissions is primarily based on your academic average. And keep in mind the important application deadlines, as late applications are not accepted to competitive programs. You are able to apply directly on our website at ontariotechu.ca/international application. So now Ontario Tech is a large supportive community, and our university continues to grow every single day. These are just a few of the reasons why our students choose us, from our smaller class sizes, appealing programs, our well-known engineering faculty, experiential learning opportunities, modern facilities, affordable tuition, close-knit community, and caring professors. We may not have ivy growing on our buildings just yet, but that's because we've been too busy breaking new ground. So now it's time for you to start creating your very own Ontario Tech story. So once again, you are able to scan the QR code if you want to connect following today's presentation, or check out our website for some live and on-demand webinars, as well as our live chat. But lastly, if you did want to connect directly with me, my email is karen.dancy@ontariotechu.ca, and I'd be happy to help. Thank you so much for your time tonight.
Thank you so much. Alrighty, next up, I'd like to bring on SUNY Brockport.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Chelsea. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and we'll kick this off. All right. So hi, everyone. My name is Ashley. I am the Capital Region Advisor for SUNY Brockport. I am also a Brockport alum myself. I graduated back in 2018 with my Bachelor's of Social Work. So having that student perspective and then now this professional admissions perspective is really something that I truly love sharing with everyone that I talk to about Brockport. So first and foremost, where is Brockport, especially coming if you're joining us from the Capital Region? We are located just outside of Rochester, New York. So about 3.5-ish, depending on if traffic is kind, hours away from Albany. We are located within the village of Brockport. So the campus has a really nice college town feel to it. We're not all the way out in the middle of nowhere, but we're not also smack dab in the middle of the city. We have small town niceness as well as the large city amenities really just within a couple of minute drive. This is also going to be something that's useful when you start talking about internships, hands-on experiences. Being only about 20-30 minutes from Rochester gives you the opportunity to have all of those internships in some of the top-notch places in the state and in the country. But so within the village, we have Wegmans, we have Walmart, any fast food chain you could possibly think of, as well as some local places to eat and shop. So you're never going to be bored on campus or even within the village. There's always things to do and always things going on. Brockport is considered a medium-sized SUNY school. We have about just under 6,700 undergraduate students, with our average class size being about 23. So some students that are joining us, think about your math class, your English class that you're taking in high school. That's the average size class that you'll have at Brockport. We do have some lecture halls on campus, but on average, students only have between 1 and 3 lecture classes during their time for their bachelor's degree, and our largest lecture hall maxes out at 120 students. So even within that large lecture style class, your professor is still there at the front of the class. They're available to answer questions. You can connect with your peers. So it's not like you're drowning in a sea of a lecture hall with 300, 400, 500 students. Student to faculty ratio is also something to pay attention to as you look to schools and kind of, see where your interest is. I also just want to mention that we have been ranked #1 in SUNY for student satisfaction within our student union, library resources, and the supports through our athletic programs. I'm not here to say that we are #1 in SUNY for our athletic programs. It's just student satisfaction within the supports that they have both on the court, in the field, and then also outside academically. So we are considered a liberal arts college. So what that means is we don't have one specific major or content area that we really focus on. We have an array of different programs that students will come to us for. What you see on the screen is by no means the end of it. We do have 50 different programs, but these are really the ones that we kind of are known for and students will come to us for. But if you're thinking along the lines of anthropology or anything within STEM, we do have those as well. And what I will do after the presentation is add a link to our academic webpage so you can see all of the different programs that we have. We have quite a few combined programs as well if you're looking for a fast track to a master's degree or even some doctoral programs. We do have combined degrees for. Another thing that is really important to think about as you start to look at schools is the types of supports that you're going to be getting both inside and outside of the classroom. So one of our absolute biggest supports and resources for students is our Academic Success Center. So this is a facility on campus that provides really anything that the students may need to be successful in the classroom. One of the largest resources is the Tutoring Center. So you have free tutoring for any subject and any class that you can be taking. So if you're taking a difficult class one semester and you know that you might struggle with it, you can go to the tutoring center at the beginning of the semester and say, hey, I need some help. And that's what they're there for. They're there to help you succeed. The Student Accessibility Services is also a very popular service through the center, which is providing services to students with disabilities, whether it's learning disabilities, physical disabilities. They're there to help you make sure that you're getting the accommodations you need in the classroom and anywhere else on campus to be successful and to have a good time. We also have created a Be First at Bport program to help first generation students make that transition from high school to college. And again, just giving them the support that they need to be successful. And about 21% of students on Brockport's campus identify as first generation students. So finding that resource, finding that community of other students that you can connect with is really huge. And then our Office of Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion is also very active on campus. Always providing trainings and workshops just to make sure that every student, faculty, and staff is feeling as supported and included on campus as possible. So one of my biggest pieces of advice, no matter where you end up going, is get involved on campus, whether it's by joining a club, joining a sports team, or even just going to some events and going to the sporting events that happen on campus. Get involved. That's something that I did, and I definitely took advantage of when I was at school, and it got me to where I am today. You can find your community, you can find your group of friends. At Brockport, we do have over 130 different clubs and organizations that are all student run. So those will include academic clubs, social clubs, and all those different types. We also are a D3 school, so if you're interested in playing sports at the collegiate level, I would definitely encourage you to reach out to the coach for that particular sport. For dining or for living on campus, we do have a 2-year residency requirement. So just wanted to say, especially since there's that 3.5-ish hour distance from Rochester to Albany, all Albany students would have to live on campus for the first 2 years. And then my last piece of advice going through the process when thinking about applying, especially if you're looking at SUNY schools, is to do your research. Because even though we all may be part of the same system, we do operate all a little differently. But if you do have questions about the application process, that's another link that I will add to the chat when I'm done wrapping up right now. But again, thank you all for joining us today. My name is Ashley, and I will also put my email in the chat as well. But thank you.
Thanks so much. Okay, next up we have SUNY Canton.
Hi, can everybody hear and see me?
Yep.
Okay, great. I will share my screen now. Okay, can we see the shared screen?
Yep.
Great, okay. Hi, my name is Kayla. I'm covering for Mauricio for today. I am the New York City admissions counselor, and I was also a student at SUNY Canton. I graduated in 2018 with my degree in applied psychology. So I do have both experiences as a student and now as a faculty member. So I'm just gonna get into it. So we are located about 6.5 hours away from the New York City. Our student to faculty ratio is something that we always like to highlight because our classes are very, very small and concentrated. We do like to have a hands-on approach in all of our majors. We have over 50 majors and 500 plus online classes. We have 23 online degree programs and over 75 clubs and organizations on campus. That's a little bit more about our location. We are close to Ottawa, Ontario, and Lake Placid, New York. We're about 15 minutes away from the Canadian border. So our students do frequently like to go to Canada for trips and stuff like that. And our school also offers trips to Canada quite often for hockey games, mall trips, stuff like that, concerts, fun stuff like that. And we're also located near St. Lawrence University, SUNY Potsdam, and Clarkson University. We also do have articulation agreements with these schools. So something that's cool about our campus is that we offer the ability to take classes at these schools. So if a student did see something from another school that they wanted, but they wanted a major from SUNY Canton, they are allowed to take classes at these schools for the same price, no additional cost at all. So as for our programs, we have certificate programs, associates, and bachelor's degrees. That's a question that we get pretty often because in the past we were a 2-year school, now we are a 4-year school. Some of our newest programs are agribusiness management, crime analysis, cybersecurity, early childhood care and management, game design and development, forensic criminology, mechatronics technology, esports management, forensic criminology, technological communication, and our HVAC trades. As for our selective programs, we offer vet tech, nursing, and physical therapy assistance. To talk a little bit more about our esports program, we are the first college in New York to join the National Association of Collegiate Esports. So we're pretty much the only college that offers it as an actual degree right now. So it's pretty popular, pretty big on our campus. It features Modern Warfare, Fortnite, League of Legends, Madden, Overwatch, Rocket League, Super Smash Brothers, Ultimate, Smite, and Valorant. We have a brand new 1,800 square foot gaming room on campus with 25 and high-end gaming rigs. And we also have an esport ring. So in our dorm halls, we have themed dorm halls. So one of the newer things that we have on campus is an esports wing where our esports majors live. This is a little bit more about our housing. We have 4 traditional residence halls, and then we have our Kennedy Hall apartment style housing, and then we have our themed housing, which is something I was just talking about with the esports wing. So we have an esports wing, we have a pets wing where students can bring their pets from home. We have sports wings, we have silent wings, we have a few different other ones, and they change depending on the demand of the students. And then we also have our apartment style dorms. So our apartment style dorms are in Kennedy Hall. They basically come with your own kitchen, your own living room, 2 bathrooms, and then your own room. So it's more of a private living style for the upperclassmen on campus. For our dining services, we have the brand new Cheney Dining Hall. It was built in 2019, well, rebuilt in 2019. So it's brand new buffet style food. Features things from tacos to a pizza, a brick oven pizza, a sandwich station, an omelet station, a number of things you can imagine. And then we have the Rue Express. We also have our Cyber Cafe, which features Starbucks coffee in the library. Very helpful and very popular on campus. We do offer financial aid. About 86% of our students get financial aid per year. We offer TAP, scholarships, and work study. A student can pretty much get a job anywhere on campus. We have job opportunities in the library, the career center, college activities office, all of the dining halls, the gym, pretty much any office on campus. We give the students the opportunity to work whether they have work study or not as well. We are on the SUNY app and the Common app, and we do offer fee waivers, and we have visit days very often on campus. We just had our very popular bus trip. We did it for the fall for the first time. It was pretty new for us. A lot of schools were very scared to do a fall bus trip this year, but we were able to accomplish it with 40 students on our bus, and they were able to come up for the weekend absolutely for free, stay on campus with other students, and really get the college experience. So that was something that was very good for us this semester. If we have time, I was going to show a quick video. Can I?
How long is the video?
It's about, I believe it's only, it's 4 minutes.
Can you show maybe a minute of it?
Sure, no problem.
Okay.
Let me share the new screen. Okay.
Welcome to SUNY Canton.
My name is Jade, and I'm a junior in the funeral service program.
And I'm Gokul, a sophomore in the PTA program. And today we'd love to show you our beautiful campus atop the hill.
We have a lot to see, so let's get started. The campus quad is at the heart of SUNY Canton. It's a place for students to gather and study or relax during a long day of classes. Throughout the year, you'll find barbecues, festivals, and ceremonies held by various organizations and clubs. From the quad, students can access the Miller Campus Center, where they'll find helpful resources like career services, the campus bookstore, our new diversity center, and more. On the second floor of the campus center, the underground lounge is a space for students to relax and hang out while grabbing a bite to eat from Rendezvous Food Court. Downstairs in the Miller Campus Center is the one-hop shop, where students can sign up for classes, pay their bills, and pick up their IDs all in one convenient location.
On the other side of the quad, the Southworth Library is a popular meeting spot. Here, students come to study, check out laptops, use one of the computers, or get a coffee and a bite to eat at the Cyber Cafe.
Want to live on campus? Behind me is the beautiful Kennedy Hall. Built in 2011, it features apartment-style living. There are 305 rooms in Kennedy Hall, which can accommodate 3, 4, or 5 students. Each room has private bedrooms, their own kitchenette, and separate living area. Did you know SUNY Canton was pet friendly? Students can choose to live in our popular pet wing and bring a little piece of home with them.
Now we're at the SUNY Canton athletic fields where we cheer on our kangaroos. If you're looking to compete, the college is a member of the NCAA Division III and features 14 men's and women's.
That was about a minute of it, so I didn't want to go over with the time, but thank you for your time. I'm also going to include our website link and my email in the chat. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Alrighty, next up we have SUNY Potsdam.
Hi everyone, my name is Erin Connor and I'm from SUNY Potsdam. I will share my screen here. Okay. Everyone can see that?
Looks great.
Okay. Awesome. So welcome to my presentation on SUNY Potsdam. All right, so just a little bit of history and facts about Potsdam. We are the smallest and oldest four-year college in the SUNY system. We have around 3,000 undergraduate students. Our student-to-faculty ratio is 11:1, so you're going to have small class sizes. As far as our lecture halls, we have one building, Kellis Hall on campus, that houses all of our lecture classrooms. In those, you won't see any more than about 70 students within a lecture hall. So like I said, you won't have very large class sizes at all. We have been rated #1 in SUNY for food. We have over 400 fine arts events and performances a year. We are very well known for our Crane School of Music, so very big into the arts here at SUNY Potsdam. There's a correction there. That should not be 17. That should actually be 19 intercollegiate sports teams, men's and women's basketball, men's and women's cross country, men's and women's hockey, men's and women's lacrosse, men's and women's soccer, men's and women's swimming and diving, men's and women's track and field, indoor and outdoor, and softball. So we have 19 sports. And as the rep from SUNY Canton mentioned, there are 3 other colleges and universities within 10 miles of SUNY Potsdam. Right here in Potsdam, there's Clarkson University, and then in Canton, of course, SUNY Canton and St. Lawrence University. And as she mentioned as well, our relationship that all the colleges share, taking classes at the other institutions, if you don't see one here at SUNY Potsdam. And we are located just outside the Adirondack Mountains. So within about a couple hours or so, you have some great spots for outdoor recreation, hiking, biking, kayaking, skiing, snowboarding, all that stuff. We have 51 majors and 67 minors. We have 3 schools. As I said before, the Crane School of Music, which we are very well known for here at Potsdam, our School of Arts and Sciences. Some of the programs and those include our science departments such as geology, chemistry, physics, biology, English and literature. We have our psychology program. We have our philosophy, sociology, and criminal justice. So those are just some of the majors within the School of Arts and Sciences. The School of Education and Professional Studies, of course, we have our education programs as well as public health and human performance. We have our exercise science program as well as our community health program. We have a wilderness education minor. That's pretty neat. And then in addition, we have our Lougheed Center for Applied Learning. So we take pride here at Potsdam in providing our students internships and service learning opportunities, hands-on experiences. We have our student research, student fellowship, study abroad. And of course, we have a lot of options for study abroad here at Potsdam. If you don't see something in particular here at Potsdam, you can go across the SUNY system and see what other schools offer for programs. So that's very neat as well. Our career services office, and then one unique program we do have here is our Law Enforcement Training Institute. So that's for students if you want to go into, becoming any type of law enforcement officer, such as state trooper or county level, getting into DEC officer, anything like that. That's a very unique program that we offer here. And we have a lot of graduates that go on to a lot of different places. We have some down in New York City, some graduates. We have some out down in Georgia, out in Arizona. Lots of places our graduates go after Potsdam and that Law Enforcement Training Institute. Okay, and we have approximately 100 clubs and organizations. Some of those are listed: anthropology, ROTC, the Army ROTC and Air Force ROTC programs. Those are actually housed out of Clarkson University. So if students at Potsdam or the other two institutions, SUNY Canton and St. Lawrence, students who are interested in those programs, go to Clarkson's campus for the Army and Air Force ROTC programs. We have our Black Student Alliance, cheerleading, Gender and Sexuality Alliance, rugby, a cappella groups, and ultimate frisbee. Our campus life office offers quite a few activities for students. We bring in comedians, we do game nights, we bring in hypnotists, we do trips, athletic events. We have intramural sports and club sports in addition to our varsity sports. We have our climbing wall, ice arena, indoor pool, our fitness center, and also our field house. As far as applying, you can apply to Potsdam via the common application or the SUNY application, and we are rolling admissions. The fee is $50. We do have 3 requirements: the official high school transcript, essay, and 1 letter of recommendation from a teacher or school counselor. And then when you do apply, you can create an applicant portal and log in to your portal to find out your admissions decision. And just to kind of sum up this slide, we do have some special admissions programs: our early college program, we have our Bridges program and ELP program. And then transfer admissions, just to touch on that, average student that we accept as transfer students 3.0, and then you at least must have a 2.0 to transfer. Okay. And if you want to follow us on our social media platforms, feel free to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, and also check out YouTube. We have SUNY Potsdam 1816. We have a lot of videos through there as well. So thank you so much for listening to my presentation today. I will put in the chat information and my email address in case you'd like to reach out.
Great, thank you. Alrighty, so we are going to move on to the next part of our session. So I'm going to welcome everyone back onto the screen so we can hear from each one more time. Alrighty, and I am going to ask each of you, what advice would you give someone going through the search process? And we'll jump back to American College Dublin.
I would say that this definitely can tend to be, an overwhelming process. So don't be afraid to reach out to us. That's what we're here for. It's literally our job to kind of answer all of your questions and help you through this process. So don't be nervous to reach out and ask us any question. There's not a single dumb question you could ask.
Thank you. Ontario Tech?
Yeah, I kind of follow that and say, don't be afraid to look outside the box. Every school has someone like us who's there and willing to help you through the process. So even if you're the first in your family to look at a school, or the first from your high school, maybe to look at going outside the country, outside the state, there are thousands of options out there. And so don't be afraid to look outside the box just because you might be the first one from your family or from your friend group to try that.
Thank you. Brockport, what is your advice?
Yeah, so I would definitely say visit campuses if you can. See as many campuses of the schools that you're interested in, because as cheesy and corny and cliche as it sounds, sometimes that feeling that you get stepping on campus can really help you in the decision process. And then, of course, to reiterate what everyone else is saying and ask questions. every single question you can think of, ask us. Exactly like Sarah said, there's no such thing as a dumb question. So please ask us.
Awesome. And Canton?
I would say never be afraid to take advantage of the resources that are offered to you. Like everybody's saying, ask questions, make sure you're speaking to those people who are helping you, and don't be afraid to be yourself when looking at these schools and thinking about where you see yourself in your future. Because if you pretend to be somebody else, you're going to end up at a college that really isn't fit for you. So always be yourself.
Definitely. Thank you. And Potsdam?
Yeah, this has already been touched on, but one big thing I was going to also mention too is definitely make sure you go visit schools, especially in this virtual world, doing virtual tours. Definitely, it's not the same as going to a campus, checking out a campus. Some schools, a lot of times, especially here at Potsdam, students, don't always know exactly what campus has until you visit it. So.
Definitely. Thank you. All right, let's grab one more question here. So what's one thing you want students to remember about your school specifically? And we'll jump back to American College Dublin.
I would say just the size. You're not just a number at the American College Dublin, you're definitely part of the community. And we make that known from day one. Also, just, remember that just because we're a smaller school doesn't mean, that we're not as fun or we don't have as many opportunities for you. Small schools can hang with all the rest of them.
Awesome. Thank you. Ontario Tech.
Yeah, probably that even though we're a younger, more modern school, our main driving passion is tech with a conscience. And moving forward, every job is going to somehow involve tech, whether that's, the policy behind tech or incorporating tech in education or working to build that tech. And so at Ontario Tech, we just want to encourage all of our students to move forward and use tech with a conscience to make a positive future.
Thank you. Brockport.
I know I'll probably sound like a broken record thinking back to my presentation, but the supports that you get at Brockport is truly something that we want every single student to know, not only going through the application process, but all the way through and after graduation, whether it's working with your admissions advisor, your academic advisor, or career advisor afterwards. Every single turn, we're there to help make sure that you're as successful as possible from day one.
Thank you. Canton.
I kind of want to piggyback off of what Brockport said because we were ranked number 2 in our student services in all of SUNY. And we are very big on helping our students. And that's one thing I can say as someone who graduated from there as well. Like I'm still very close with faculty members at our school. They're very, very big on helping their students before and after graduation and even after that. So definitely our student services, I would say.
Awesome. Thank you. And Potsdam.
So one big thing I think I'd want you to remember about Potsdam is we're very focused and determined about getting students hands-on experiences and applied learning opportunities. Like I mentioned in my presentation, we have our Lougheed Center for Applied Learning where we have our Director of Experiential Education. So that's very important to us. And also faculty and staff on campus really do very caring about students and want to see you succeed. So definitely our applied learning for sure.
Great, thank you. Awesome. Alrighty. Well, at this point, I am going to wrap things up. Thank you so much to our presenters for your time and all of the information we brought forth today. And thank you to our participants for being a part of this experience. When you close this window, there'll be a very quick survey. If you can provide any feedback, we'd be very appreciative. We encourage you to check back to the schedule and sign up for more sessions if you're interested. And be able to find the session recording as well as all the other recordings at strivescan.com/CASDANY. Thank you so much and have a great evening.